64, 62, 119 left in the ball game, and a timeout call on the floor.
This is After Hours with Amy Lawrence.
It may not have been as dramatic for the two top seeds that were in action on Sunday, but want to make sure that we remind you the big dogs are also eaten. In fact, of the 16 teams still standing, 15 of them come from power conferences, and a record 6 of them come from the ACC. Now, Villanova had a, I don't want to call it a walkover because that's not really fair, but they were the number 2 seed in the South. And then in addition to that, Kansas, Maryland, Miami, the top 4 seeds, all coming out of the South region. And so they are still standing. That's a clean bracket, so to speak, in terms of the chalk. And it was a 30-point lead for them, for Nova over Iowa. Chris Carino with the call of that one on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Then you hear Oregon with the big victory over St. Joe's. Now, St. Joe's had a 10-0 run in the second half. The Hawks erased the entire deficit, and they were actually in front for a little bit. But eventually, Oregon ends up getting a few massive triples, and Kevin Calabro with the call there. So Oregon moves on to take Duke out behind the woodshed? No, I have no idea. Oregon, the number 1 seed for the first time in its program history. Duke, of course, is one of the elites. They are the defending champs. And while they did mix it up with Yale, this was a game, I think with Duke, it's younger players. Even though they've got guys that are banged up, they got guys that keep fouling out. Is it me or can Matt Jones not stay on the court? Grayson Allen limping a little bit. Brandon Ingram was having some trouble, too, in this game against Yale. So they've been pushed. But still a lot of young guys outside of, say, Marshall Plumlee. And this is good experience for them, too. So Duke and Oregon in the West, A&M, Oklahoma, fantastic performance by Buddy Hield. So on the left side of the bracket, the South and the West, maybe you came through fairly unscathed. The bomb went off on the Midwest and East side of the bracket, and primarily with the Midwest, where, yes, Virginia is still standing as the number 1 seed against Iowa State, but Gonzaga and Syracuse, the only 2 double-digit seeds that survived to the Sweet 16, they will play each other, and that's the bottom there of the Midwest. UNC, Indiana, looking forward to that game, and Notre Dame, Rex Pfluger, and Wisconsin, Bronson Koenig. Good stories. Good stories, and they'll match up against each other. So it was an amazing 4 days.